go to the thing and make a live right here. I appreciate y'all coming checking me out. What's good? We on the platform. We doing it right now. This is about a crazy situation that looked like it happened in Jacksonville, Florida. So we're gonna talk about it. It's Black Outrage 24. What's good? We like 34 seconds in, and we're live. What's good? I appreciate y'all coming back to the channel. Your boy Hood, man. This is Black Outrage 24. Looked like something happened in Jacksonville, and it's kind of aggressive on this young guy. He was in a car driving. It looked like the cops grabbed him and muscled him around and physically broke the window. Like, it was a whole lot of chaos that came down behind this situation, which is crazy because who don't want to drive? Who ain't going to be in a car? Who not going to be rolling around and the cops pull up on you? They get hella dangerous. It's like, what the fuck going on? So we're going to try to talk about it and get right to it. Welcome to the channel. Like and share. Appreciate you coming over. I'm just waiting for it to pop up right now. Got to germinate. You know, it's 7 p.m. so everybody online. But we had a great show earlier today. We talked about everything going on with Michael Jamal Warner.
And the traffic stop that's gone viral. Why the Jacksonville
Make sure y'all hydrate.
Says it's
hydrate and definitely hydrate. So it looked like it came in.
Opened an investigation.
Still glitching.
The
Still
video shows
glitching.
deputies beating and punching William McNeil Jr., who says it happened back in February, but he's releasing the video
it's
now.
Not letting me control the internet right now, y'all. So you just got to.
You pulled me over. You want the?
Let's restart it. Let's restart it because it's doing some weird shit on my internet. Looks like I got that little plant flying around. I gotta kill his ass too. Yeah, but anyway, it's just real crazy, man. It looked like this guy is getting manhandled by the cops, and it is going viral. And so we're just trying to get to the bottom of what happened to this person. You know what I'm saying? In Florida, it looked like my internet is glitched out. I can't get nothing to work. I've been using the internet all this time with no problems, but at this particular second, it's glitching out. But we are live. We're supposed to be live. We just said we was live. So hopefully the internet will come in. Let's just try it in another section because yeah, there it is. Beaten by the police. It's right. So once you put half a black man in there, come right up. But look like my other YouTube channel is going crazy. And I had all of it lined up for you, but again, I can't control buffering and all that shit. It looked like the internet is just stuff. And then, you know, YouTube play a commercial first. So there we go. There we go. We open up another one. So now we can watch it.
Viral. Why the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says it's opened an investigation. The video shows deputies beating and punching William McNeil Jr., who says it happened back in February, but he's releasing the video now. Here's a portion of it.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? And then I said, so what I did wrong? He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, there's multiple people headlights off. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle!
Show your hand. Here.
What is your reason, son? What is your reason? No.
Yo, I'm not going to try to show all the violence because they will be trying to tweak on my channel talking about oh, you're promoting violence on YouTube, even though it's not me on camera. I don't know none of these people. I ain't got nothing to do with the situation. They'll try to say you promoting violence. So I just try to play the part while he's sitting in the car talking because it don't look like nothing happening. And it don't even look like he being aggressive or nothing like that. But you know, when you're a black dude and you got 4 white guys that's going to automatically look at you like you're a problem, their first thought is danger. You're going to hurt me. I got a gun, but you're a killer. And even though it's 3-4 people, and he seemed like he using English language to have a conversation about what's going on with the scenario, and they ain't trying to hear it. They yanking him, get your ass out this car, put hands on you if you keep playing with me. and it's just really crazy. But you know, it's like we watching it play out. I don't know nothing about this guy. You never know nothing about this guy. The people who these things happen to. But the thing about it is that they could be dead. They could be killed. You know, the cops are overzealous and overdoing it and acting like they not humans and stuff because they got the outfit on or they working a job. And it's like, it becomes a sense of being horrific. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, you don't see the guy's sensibility? Like, leave him alone. Like, what the fuck? Take him to jail. I mean, if that's where the head we going, let's just fucking go to jail. You know what I'm saying? And I think that even if he participate and jump in and listen to what they were saying, they still listen to what bust him upside the head and put hands on him and grab him and choke him out. It's just like, damn, man. How do you get over this? How you deal with it? How you deal with it? You know what I'm saying? As black people, we already know it ain't no damn answer to that question. But it do beg the question as to why is he dealing with something so crazy? It's like, damn, just lock him up. You know, come on. You ain't got to go through all this stupid ass shit. Bust him upside the head and shit. Like they be different level, man. It's crazy. I'm gonna try to play a video again so we can exactly see how crazy it is when you get pulled over by the police. And pay attention to the last part when they yank him out the car. It's TV status shit. It's like, what the fuck?
He's releasing the video now. Here's a portion of it.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? And then I said, so what I did wrong? He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, there's multiple people headlights off. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law
Yeah,
up?
when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hand.
Here.
What is your reason? What is your reason?
All right, again, I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm not gonna play the part where they start grabbing him and going upside his head, but you do know that's exactly what they do. They put hands on him pretty effectively. You know what I'm saying? And it's like really stupid and shit, because you know he just gonna go to jail. It ain't like nothing necessarily is gonna happen. If it's a fucking what they call it again, a traffic violation or something, like it's what the fuck is all of this aggression? Like he got a gun. It's this over policing of black people. Now imagine that being your auntie, your grandmother, your sister, somebody regular, like something like that guy's supposed to be not regular. What up, Kevin? Bro. Yo, you don't understand why they feel like a black guy is so violent. Now here's the point. This cop was standing around and say that he felt like his life was threatened, but he busted the window with his own hand. Like, huh? You got all of this shit to bust windows with. You could have just picked the fucking brick up off the damn ground. But then the fact that you used the gun, your own hand, physical hand, to bust the window, how pissed are you? What's up, Wiggles? What's good? What's good? What kind of question is that? Yo, the question is crazy, and I just don't understand why that they think they put their life in jeopardy and then blame it on you. Because you know he gonna go to there and say, hey, I broke my wrist dealing with this case. I need 3 days off. I need, health care and all this shit. And it's like you did that on yourself. And then it was a traffic stop. Like you saying that he don't have his headlights on, and he got to get manhandled, grabbed to the ground, and smack the shit out of him, having a mental remembrance, a PTSD of a fucking light being off. So every time he get in the car, he just gonna be hitting lights on and shit. Like hit the light on, man. The police crazy out here. Like, why he got to go through all that? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Show some love. We appreciate y'all getting on here, talking it out. It's at night, so everybody going crazy in the comment. That's what it's for. Hit the like button, share, and let's get back to the conversation. Look like I skipped a bit. I want to go back forward because I really don't want to play the part where they busting this motherfucking head, and they doing a nice little job on them too. So you gotta check that out on another channel, because I ain't trying to have them go crazy on me, because they will.
Niels and Ben Crump are now representing McNeil. In a statement, they said it should be obvious to anyone watching this video that William McNeil wasn't a threat to anyone. He was calmly exercising his constitutional rights, and they beat him for it. Rena Roy joins us now. She's covering the story for us and the release of this video. All right, sort of take us through, Rena, what we just saw.
Yeah, well, Kira, the video is difficult to watch, and it seems to pick up shortly after William McNeil Jr. was pulled over by cops. Now, remember, this was back in February, and at first you hear him asking why he was pulled over, and they say he didn't have his headlights on, and he says there's no rain. A sheriff's deputy responds, it doesn't matter. That's when McNeil is asked to show his hands, which he does. He's also asked to get out of the car, so he asks to speak with his supervisor. That sheriff's deputy then breaks his window. You actually see the glass shatter onto McNeil, and the sheriff's deputy punches him. He's pulled out of the car, pushed to the ground, and we see multiple officers beating him as he's placed under arrest, Kira.
Have we heard from McNeil, Rena? Was he charged with anything?
Well, court records, Kira, show that McNeil is facing a slew of charges, and I'll just read through them here. The first is resisting arrest without violence to his or her person. He's also charged with possessing not more than 20 grams of marijuana, driving while his license was suspended, not wearing a seatbelt, and no headlights in the rain. And he was sentenced to and served 2 days in jail. We haven't heard from McNeil himself, but
So, you know, obviously it's a police matter. So now we got to figure out what he been in jail for, what happened to him. Kevin Albert said, I'm glad we have iPhones. Without that, nobody believe that. That's true. It's heart-wrenching to see. Imagine all the black people who was killed and murdered before all this technology came around. And they could pull you over on the side of the road and do anything to you, make you, I mean, just horrific shit. And there's no way to actually confirm or showcase nothing that happened to you because there's no technology to show it. Luckily, he was having his car being filmed. That's something right there that nobody else would probably think of. Like, I would have never probably thought of that, having my car being filmed while I'm driving. Like, oh shit, that's really thinking on your toes, because now here come the bullshit and you got a whole backup plan for that waiting. Like, nah, you ain't just gonna ride up on me and take me out. That was smart, you know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like they didn't give a whole lot of shit. And then he said, we need to stop with the drugs, cocaine, or anything. And that's crazy because it's like, you know, so what, he had some marijuana on him. In a lot of states, marijuana is legal as fuck. It's not illegal no more for people to have marijuana. So now all of a sudden, if you have marijuana, the police got the license to choke you out and beat your fucking head in. It's like, the fuck wrong with the cops? Like, you be thinking that the police be on some cool shit. Like, you just don't be assuming that every single cop is on some aggression like that. But I think that when you be in a community or in a section of the planet and they have a more power, then they just go all crazy. It's like you being overpowered by a gang. Hit the like button, show some love. We on here rocking out. We're talking about the situation in Jacksonville with the young guy getting beat up by the police. It's all over the internet. It's going super viral. People talking about it. His name is out there now, and he's really under the gun because now he gotta get a suit, he gotta have fucking media. It's like you wasn't expecting that. Like you probably was finna go see somebody or go hang out or go home and be like, I'm at the crib for the night, I'm tired. But, you know, under the pretenses, you get pulled over and now you catapulted into fucking whole fame. It's like that you didn't even ask for it, you know what I'm saying? And now you gotta figure out courtroom shit and lawyers and judges and who the fuck you gonna trust. Let's see what they saying on this shit, man. The internet is running super slow, so just give me
And
a
then
second.
I said, so what I did wrong? He said, well, for one, your headlights are all under this weather. I'm like, there's multiple people headlights on, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law
Yeah,
up?
when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hand.
Here.
I'm here. What is your reason, son? What is your reason? Step out now. All right. No.
I'm gonna stop. I stop it right there. I'm gonna skip through because again, they'll be tweaking about the violence that you showcase on your channel, and this ain't got shit to do with me. So I don't want to have them tweaking on me. You can see what happened to the dude in other sections, but we're gonna get to the conversation.
McNeil Jr. That took place in Jacksonville, Florida. That video has spread like wildfire all across social media. The Jacksonville folks there, law enforcement there, they launched an investigation into what happened there. Joining us right now is Harry Daniels. He represents McNeil. Harry, glad to have you back on the show. Unfortunately, it's always when it comes to one of these stories. And what the hell here? I'm confused. So when you hear him on the video, first of all, before I even get to that, the cops always give one story, then the video tells another story. So they do a report saying they claim they saw a weapon, a knife. But in the video, they tell him to put his hands up. He puts his hands up. He asks for a supervisor, and they proceed to bust the windshield. So what was the logic behind this? They were saying he didn't have his headlights on in this kind of weather. Was it stormy? Was it cloudy? Was it raining? Was it a hurricane?
Thanks, Rolo, for having me on. I mean, obviously, unfortunate circumstance why I'm here, but thanks for having us on. Being proud myself, I represent Mr. McNeil family in this matter. The law in Florida states that if it's raining, fog, or smoke, then you're required to have your headlamps on. Rolling, it was not raining, it was not foggy, nor was it smoky. So it was not required to have his headlamps on. In fact, just recently, the JSO Sheriff Office just released body camera footage. They just released within the last 30 minutes, and it clearly showed it was not raining, foggy, or smoky. So to stop.
So right now we got a civil rights violation. A person don't get to just go and live life in liberty. He has to come to you and say, hey, am I okay over here? Cut those goddamn lights on. You see the fog and rain. No fucking fog and rain out here. Are you fucking talking back to me? Come your ass over here. Boop, boop, boop. And you like, what the fuck, man? It's not even fucking fogging and raining. And now you got to be on TV and shit for the rest of the damn year because the weather was misconstrued by some fucking dumb cops. Like, it's a fucking law, and then they should be knowing the law. Like, come on, fog, rain, or smoke. How fucking hard is that? That's not even something. That's some little bitty shit that your brain can remember. Like, I don't know. It's nothing to even fathom of your brain having to use a lot of aptitude to complete that comprehension. It's anger and it's hatred and it's attack. That's what it is. I got all this gun shit and all this stuff, and I'm not finna slap the shit out of some little white kid who I see all the time that remind me of myself. Or, well, you know what? Let's go fuck that motherfucker up right there. He over here, get his ass. And it's like they ain't even got no fucking humanity for other people to think about other person. What if he had to go home? What if he got a family member waiting on him to come help them or save them or take care of them? And now he in an argument with you about a goddamn fucking headlamp? Like that's really gonna hurt traffic or stop some other people around you from fucking living a life? And they also have vehicles and it's the daytime? That shit was automatic, man. They was just saw a black dude and was like attack mode. That's all it is. It's just like in the wild, the whites against the blacks. It's just like that. It's animalistic. It's cannibalistic. It's ignorant. It's ignorant as hell. And we got to keep watching it and come up with excuses. Well, maybe because he was speeding. Well, maybe because he had marijuana on him. They wouldn't know what the fuck he had on him if they didn't come bother him and snatch him out the car. And then the one cop say, do it. And then he break the fucking thing with his arm. Like, now he supposed to go in the hospital walking around for months with a fucking cast on. It's like all kind of dumb shit. It's really horrific, but let's continue the conversation. This is his lawyer talking about what the suit is about, what his situation is about. I'm Hood. This is Black Outrage 24. Hit the like button, share the message, send some dough to me at Hoodfield's Cashapp. Show love. What's good? We rocking out. We back on the message.
It was absolutely unlawful, unjustified. I mean, we can expand all day. The knife that he had played no part in it. The video tells the exact story. The sheriff position is that, it doesn't tell the whole story. It tells the entire story. Mr. McNeil clearly was complying with them and asking for a supervisor because he believed what they told him while he was stopped was a lie and not true. It was a lie. In fact, the elements on the video shows it was not raining, foggy, or smoky. So he's now concerned, very afraid of why an officer has pulled him over and told him he's pulled him over, something that he did not do. So first thing we have to look at the stop and the unlawful stop. The next thing he's asking for a supervisor.
Commercial break. Let's cut it down and let it run. It's kind of crazy all this going down again, man. It's like every day it's some more shit. Hit the like button, share some love. What's up? You over here rocking out. We doing what we got to do. We talking about the stuff that's going on in the world, and we back on it.
Supervisors come out to the scene, explain it to him. These officers were not hearing it. They broke his window, punched him in his face, pulled him out the car, had him at gunpoint. Apparently, what's been told by our client, he was held at gunpoint. We didn't see that video that they released. Put him out the car, punched him in the face again, slammed him on the ground, and beat him while he was on the ground. Mr. McNeil suffered from 9 stitches. His tooth went through his lip, a closed head injury, memory loss. Then the next day he goes to court, and the charges of the light, the seatbelt was dismissed. The small amount of marijuana he had in his pocket was dismissed, and they said he pleaded guilty to resisting and driving without a driver's license. All of this for this young man to be beaten the way he was beaten. And Roland, what it shows is exactly what America we in. You know, you try to justify these acts, and you wonder why we keep coming on this show, why me and myself and me and other civil rights attorneys keep having these cases. Because, one, the officers, after the incident, they presented a false report to their superiors. They did not even report the use of force to their superiors, particularly that they had to punch him or Mr. McNeil received injuries. So you have a false narrative being played out, then you try to money.
Now imagine if he didn't have lawyers and people to speak up on his behalf. They didn't put in a false report after beating the hell out of you like that. That's crazy, man. 4 or 5 white guys think they can abuse you and then go in there and lie about it. Now, obviously these people are maniacal and should not be in a leadership position or be in a service position. But are they going to receive any kind of jurisprudence towards what they did? Or is it just going to be swept under the rug? We talk about a suit, and then people might get, moved around to different elements of the job, or they just whatever they do, it's not going to be real justice towards their actions. So it's almost like if you can get certain jobs, you'll be able to just kind of roll around without having anybody say nothing to you, or how you affect people will not be ever brought up in any other kind of manner. And it's just crazy. And now I think they knew they would get away with it, and I don't think they gave a fuck that his camera was filming, because everybody, I'm sure they could see the cell phone was rolling, but they just didn't care because the anger of him not listening or not following their commands or whatever. What if the dude had a mental problem and he not listening to you because he got some kind of mental issue going on inside that car? They got no regard for that. You know what I'm saying? What if he's physically ill or had some kind of surgery recently, and then you yanking on him and pulling him out the car, exacerbating whatever the hell he went through? It's just crazy how it's no humanity. It's no one cares. It's just instantly about, okay, you know what, how I feel. You ain't listening to me. I got the authority. You in my section. I'm kicking your ass. Where's the other people who asked they kick? It should be some kind of person who asked they kick that look just like them. They should be cops. So it's long you done smack the hell out of somebody that look just like you, or they just bullies. I got the gun, I got the badge, I can beat your ass and get it completely away with it. And then I can go lie about it. And then where is the cop, the people at the top saying, hey, you sent in this bogus ass report? You're not ever supposed to do no shit like that. You represent the people, you get paid by the people. So this guy's like every so often somebody get a whooping from them because of the fact that you paying them to be cops and shit, so they just determine at will who get a whooping. You ain't following this law. There's so much crime they could be going to kind of stop and thwart, but they ain't even on no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Then they get off for the weekend after beating the hell out of somebody, go to the movies, go eat a nice little dinner at a restaurant, watch TV, take a nap, mow the lawn, go back to normal life, and then put the damn the stuff back on. And it's this whole mentality of, I'm gonna beat the brakes off you if you don't fucking listen to me. That obviously is gonna have some black outrage. It's not even something like this. A channel shouldn't be existing because stuff like this exists. So let's get back to the message.
Monday morning quarterback this thing and say, oh, he have a knife, but he never reached for a knife. He never reached for any weapon. It's not unlawful to have a knife. Hell, he's in Jacksonville. He may need a knife based on some places he go in Jacksonville. That something happened to him. But nevertheless, the video speaks for itself. This is sickening. This young man was beaten for no reason in Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. The district attorney's office does not do anything about it. So that's why myself and Ben had to come in and try to get some redress for this family and seek every angle that we can seek to try to bring accountability. to this situation. Now, I will tell you, Roland, the sheriff said he has removed the officer from his law enforcement duties at this time, but they clearly stated that there was no criminal act taking place.
Well, at least you got that kind of activity happening where they were removed from their office duties. That right there at least is a step in the right direction. Thanks for the likes, thanks for the love, thanks for the shares, thanks for everything you want. Y'all hit the like button, show love, keep the message rolling. We talk about the stuff that's happening right there. This Black Outrage 24. I'm the Hood. I host these shows. It's dope. I appreciate y'all coming to check us out. Definitely, if you want to hit us up with a donation, hit us up at Cashapp, at Hood Films, Venmo, Hood Films, all that Hood Films, all across the network. Let's get back to the message. This is Lawyer talking. The kid who got beat up, he got a lawyer. This is Lawyer talking about what happened to him and all that stuff from the finish point of the law and the defense. We're watching Roland Martin thing right now.
Absolutely absurd. If you punch somebody in the face or I punch somebody in the face, we gonna go to jail. We gonna get charged. Just because you has bad should start, don't give them a pass.
So this is where I'm confused.
With Monday.com's intuitive.
Well, you know they're gonna slide those commercials in, so everybody gotta get paid, and that's what that's all about. But it's important to talk about this stuff. So let's hear everybody's vantage point, everybody's viewpoint.
Are you trying to tell me that a basic headlight required all of that? That's a misdemeanor ticket.
It's not even a misdemeanor. It's a criminal. It's an infraction. And all, it's not even considered a crime. It's considered a civil violation, meaning that you cannot be arrested for it. But he got beat for it. And the fact remains that he didn't even violate the rule of law. That infraction itself is a civil.
So you telling me the laws? This is starting to be comical now. So it's almost like they know that there's not really a crime. Because if your job every damn day, you probably have been through these conversations and scenarios at some point. You know it's not really a crime. But you can get away with beating the hell out of a black dude because he's not listening to you. So just that when you impede upon him, you can make him have to actually respond. So his response is enough. That's perfect. So, and I'm going to tell you how funny the law works. The law works off of these few words. You have the right to remain silent. Nobody practice that. So when they roll the window down, you start talking. When they ask you where you been or where you going, you say it. They ask you for your stuff, you say, here it is, right? The first thing they say to you, you have the right to remain silent. So it's almost like don't even fucking say nothing. Play the music. And they pull up, hand them the thing, don't say a word. Because I'm not finna talk to you anyway, because I gotta really talk to your boss or your big brother at the courtroom. This just is a little formality for us to get our first contact, but I don't have to get jumped, beat, dead, or nothing because I'm actually about to talk to somebody. Oz is at the other end of this conversation. So it's why am I having this moment where you can actually physically abuse me or hurt me when technically I gotta go talk to some old other people, not even you. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like the cop be like, man, we only got 5 minutes to talk to this dude. Let's do as much as we can do. Let's get anything we can get off. Let's get it off right now, because as soon as the conversation, the moment is over, that's it. We ain't gonna never see him again in life. Imagine that. The people who beat the hell out of you and you never get to see them again in life, like ever. Like that's it. That moment, and maybe in the courtroom, if they even go to that matter, but you probably know it's not. So they'll just beat the shit out of you and then disappear on the planet Earth, unless they be walking across the TV screen or some news moment. They go away, and you just like in the hospital waiting on the damn 67 months to go by so you can try to get money from some kind of suit or whatever. But I mean, it's crazy, but I guess that's the only thing that you have as a battle is the government and your civil rights and your way to fight back with lawyers and law, and that's the only way you get a defender. So I would say that one thing would be something to pick up from any and all of these moments is stop talking to the police. Look, that's the one thing that they're going to say to you. You already know what they're going to say to you. We've been learned this since TV and children. You have the right to remain silent. So let's just start practicing that and then see how that play out for a little bit. Let's see what the other things got to say. Hit the like button. Show that love. I appreciate y'all too.
Violation. The only thing you have to do in civil violations, a seatbelt, $15 fine, headlamps, and the helmet. Get out the car. Get out the car. We can talk about all day what the procedure policy But the fact remains, they wanted him out the car because he was a black man driving in Jacksonville. And they want to see, he was engaged in criminal activity. That's the bottom of what happened. And when he refused to do so, they beat him. They beat him.
Yeah.
So basically, he was profiled, and that's the vantage point that his lawyer is going to drive towards the court. And it's going to be hard for those lawyers, those cops, to defend themselves, or even the city, because they'll easily be able to say, as soon as you got back to the precinct, you got taken off duty. They took you off duty, and they was like, that's enough of what you've been doing for this time. You need a break. You need time off. And you can't attack the humans, attack the people, and call it work. You can't jump the shit out of somebody and bust his face down and then be like, do I get my check this week? It's like the people are paying for your time to be at the job. So this needs to be more understood versus just thinking that it's coming from some treasure chest. Hit the like button, share the message. I appreciate y'all. Peggy Chandler said, you look like Jay-Z. Whoa, that's the first time I ever heard that. Nobody has ever said that to me in my life. You're first. Pat Brady said, the ones who didn't talk and ask for an attorney are the only ones who stand a chance. But he didn't ask for an attorney. He didn't say nothing about no cop or attorney and no jail, nothing. He just still got his ass kicked. So it's not about that. It's just don't say a word to me. In my opinion, just be quiet and just, I ain't got nothing to say to nobody. If you're gonna take me to jail, take me to jail. What we talking about? I'm quiet. I'm mute. I just came down with an issue of a psychological problem where I can't talk, and it's only when I go through stress. And it hasn't been diagnosed yet, but I promise somebody to go get it diagnosed to get through this. But I'm saying it's like you got to kind of be thinking, because the people just can't dare get engaged. They're getting riled up by your words. And the guy said, what I do, and then think about it, in the conversation as we see in the video played out with him out there on the street, he's trying to compel to another cop. So this looked like this had already been playing out for a while, and the first cop wasn't listening. So then the second cop walked up and he said, look, I was over there talking to him, and and the cop said, yeah, that ain't good enough. So what? You still supposed to do it? And it don't matter if it's raining, it don't matter the weather. And he's like, that's not even a law. But the second cop backed it. The second cop backed, hey, he's screaming, can I get the supervisor? And he said, nah, do it. He said, go ahead and do it. And then he broke the window. So it's just showing that they work in a tandem, and it's not like one guy, good cop, bad cop, or hey, let me just talk to this guy because me and this guy not. They don't even do this to each other. What college is next door where they went down there and grabbed some white boy and beat the hell out of him because he was going into the school or drunk or walking down the street or driving them towards the university? You don't even hear this. And it's universities in Jacksonville, and it's white people at those universities. What professor has went through this? What older white guy, younger white guy fishing in the hill or some creek towards the building or close by the lake or the highway? This don't happen to them. This don't happen. And it's like, well, damn, you mean if you outnumbered by fucking 5 times and ain't nobody experiencing this shit? I know that they do experience it. It happens, but not to this extent. Whereas over something so petty, it's crazy. Let's get back to the message.
I mean, I can't think of any other reason watching this. It just makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. And I'm just going, and we talk about this over and over and over again. It's always a basic traffic stop that all of a sudden goes haywire.
Man, we've seen it over and over. We've seen seatbelt violations in Jacksonville that lead people being killed. We've seen a vicious beating of McKen Woods, the killing of Jamie Johnson. The list goes on and on. The common denominator you have is a young black man in Jacksonville and lone police officers who act as thugs. Here's my quote, and you can quote me on it. It's the most corrupt, the most dangerous police department in the United States of America. They investigate themselves. Nobody's going to find wrongdoing and investigate themselves. And in this situation, the sheriff punted to the lawyers, the district attorney's office to determine criminality. That's not the district attorney's job, his job. That's the law enforcement job to bring the charges and the district attorney to prosecute. But when it's a police officer, you got another standard. They should be held to a higher standard. It's a shame. We are seeking all redress. Yeah, we're going to seek redress of the Trump's Department of Justice. We're going to do everything we can do in order to bring accountability. I know a lot of legislators, a lot of representatives are getting involved. The NAACP are mobilizing in this matter, as they should, because this one you can't explain. These kids know.
And you see how something so minor, imagine that, something so little, something so basic, a fucking seatbelt, a fucking light cut on. The cop could have rolled up to him and said, yo, your lights is off, it's raining. Okay, my fault, it's on. You know what I'm saying? That's it. My fault, let me cut that shit on. And thank you. Drive back with your life. But it's like, yo, your seatbelt is off. Let me see your paperwork. Let me see your information. Let me see your shit. Come here. Where the fuck you at? Now it's the deep investigation. We go search your car. Go get the search dogs. It's like, shit, for the light. But then they used to say to you, like, well, that's a way in. You know, that's a conversation. That's a mode in. If you don't have, if you're driving and something gets wrong with your car, then that's a way for them to get in and have an opportunity to talk to you. So it's like, damn, you gotta be careful. And then so it's like, so basically, mostly if you walking around outside of a vehicle, you'll have less interaction with the cops. But if you're in a vehicle and you're black, it's every day, it's all day, and it's anytime they feel like it, and you can't say shit about it. You have no control when it's gonna happen, when it can happen, and it might happen fast. You never know, it might pop out the woodwork on you and it's happening. You're like, shit, police on me now. But walking, living, moving, it's less likely they're gonna bother you. They're not really chasing you down like that. But it's just crazy how this happened to this kid. Hit the like button, show love. Appreciate y'all talking and rocking with me, but we're gonna get back to the message again. I'm gonna see this other message real quick too, because this looked like when it hit the big news like an hour ago. You know what I'm saying? They hit the big news, everybody really tweaking. So it's like one of those things in America, like people get tired of seeing this stuff. Because, you know, I'm sure it's white people don't like to see that shit either, because, you know, what's the fun in it? Like, you sitting around eating popcorn, like, oh, they fucked up another black dude, let's go see. It's not something fun. It's not like cool entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of wicked and dumb. And it's crazy too, because if you got black friends or people you know that's black, or you know whoever, you're not trying to have them, see them hurt and beat up and shit, and then you want to catch up with them later and say you still want to go drinking. So let's hit this new lady got to say. Got a glitch. I can't get it from unmute yet. There you go. You have a little glitch sometimes with the internet.
Authorities are defending the officer's actions. I do want to warn you, some of you will find this video hard to watch. This has now released body camera video of this violent arrest back in February, insisting the officers did nothing criminal. The suspect, 22-year-old William McNeil, also recorded video during the traffic stop.
There's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
In his video, he can be seen arguing with officers before one breaks his window, punches him, and pulls him from the car, hitting him again.
He was very confused as to why he was being pulled over for not having headlights on during the day.
But police say that video tells
good,
only
Avy.
part of the story.
Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance. How do you feel about it?
In the newly released police body cam video, an officer is seen arguing with McNeil after pulling him over for not having his lights on in the rain. McNeil then locks himself inside as the officer repeatedly orders him to exit the car.
Sir, it's your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window. Don't resist, you idiot!
There absolutely was force used by the arresting officers, and yes, that force is ugly. And just because force is ugly does not mean it's unlawful.
In the police report, an officer claimed McNeil was reaching for a knife. McNeil's lawyers deny that.
We watched the video, and that did not happen.
McNeil says the incident left him with a chipped tooth and wounds requiring 9 stitches. He spoke exclusively last night to WJXT.
And then also I had a concussion and suffered from short-term memory loss.
Despite the deputies being cleared criminally, an internal investigation into their conduct is underway. Court records show McNeil was charged with resisting arrest without violence and driving with a suspended license. He served 2 days in jail and he has not said whether he plans to sue.
So as you see, it's the same old 1-2 step. Everybody watched it play out. They watched the guy get jumped and everything like that, and it's supposed to be okay. It's supposed to be all right. As you know, he was not a victim in this situation, but it also showed you, yeah, she was prettier than a motherfucker, I ain't gonna lie. But it also do show you that after the guy did all, you gotta be careful with the younger generation. I don't think them cops saw the fact that he would have a cell phone recording. That's the younger generation lick. Like they ain't sitting around playing. You run up on them, they got the camera somewhere soon or somebody close by them, and then anything go down, it's going to be captured. You cannot think that they ain't filming or recording. And so now you sit back and they did what they did like it's 1962 or 1944. How many black dudes then got roughed up by some police officers and
now
shit?
speaking out for
And the fact of the matter that he get jumped on like that, and he got a camera beaming the whole thing, and then they don't even grab the damn camera. Maybe he was live streaming or something like that where you couldn't stop the stream because it seemed like, or maybe that's what he did, because I remember doing that one time. As soon as I got put over by the police, I just hit that damn live streaming and let it ride like, hey, fuck it. Because unless he come and stop it, then it's going to be on, you know. But this is how it be, you know what I mean? You have to kind of protect yourself. Not that that's going to even save your life, because you see, they said, hey, they were removed from any harm doing foul play. They're not going to basically go to court and be caught up on any charges of it. So all he could do is do a civil suit. So that means that also get them licensed to do something else if they want to, because it's not something that's going to affect their job. It's really crazy. So let's see what this lady got to say. Everybody talking about it. Was this international news? What they talking about? Let's see what she got to say.
First time. Good morning, I'm Bethany Reese. William McNeil Jr. and his attorneys are now at a local church in Revolt. Let's listen in.
Because I'm going to spend the license. That entire stop was not just protection, racial motivated, it was unlawful. And everything that stemmed from that stop was unlawful. What we're not going to do this morning is get in the back and forth between the leaders of Jacksonville. What we're going to do, we're going to focus on the facts. And everybody saw the video. You can release all the body cameras you want, but the body camera, the cell phone footage was unedited. It's a reality. You can talk about a knife being in the car, but it was not a weapon, because he did not weaponize it. He stayed calm. The only weapon that day was the Jacksonville Sheriff Office. Yeah. The nation saw it. Everybody saw it. And we are here.
Look at all of this hoopla over a damn light being not on your car. Like, don't y'all think that's a lot? Don't y'all believe that this is like heavy-handed? Like, damn, I gotta go get fucking civil rights lawyers. What if I just met a girl at the mall and shit, and I'm just chilling with her, she cute. Next thing you know, I gotta be at the motherfucker on TV, and I see her thinking like, okay, she ain't seen that shit. Hey, what's good with you? We gonna still hang out? Did I see you on TV? You be like, hell no, that wasn't me. Yes, that was, because my cousin went to college with you, and she know that was you. You sit like, okay, I'll talk to you later. Like, I'm completely embarrassed now. It's not no real reason for people to look at me like, I mean, it's like, damn, everything about me is literally on the news. So, and hopefully this will be a payoff for him. But you know, they'll put that stuff where it'll be like, yeah, he 22, he won't get no money out of that till he like 28. You know what I'm saying? But this is what lawsuits are. So it's like, then they probably got some kind of cap. And they be like, if this happened to you, then you only get this amount of money. You know it's 33 of the third going to the lawyer, so he's not even getting like no real dough. He probably be able to get a condo or something and pay for it for 4 years where he back trying to not have no damn money. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully it won't be like that. But let's get back to the message, because at least he got lawyers. At least he got people fighting on his behalf. And that right there is one thing you can really say that's great. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to it. All right, let's get to that message.
Redress and get justice for the McNeil family. Amen. Nothing more, nothing less. We have a long road of recovery to go. I'm not going to get in his English. You see pictures of things online, but William attended Lipscomb College, band scholarship. His president is here today. So this narrative, they always have this narrative being, you know, he was a thug. He was a criminal. That's the narrative. Yes, sir. But William was doing everything right. A college student, on scholarship, doing what's required of him.
And see, that's what I don't like. So when you talk about the white structure, America, hit the like button, hit the like button. You talk about people who have already set up systems in play in order to control people's minds and control environments. So when you have to go to a college, when you got to get a job, when you got to do these things, you're going to end up in realms and places, the army that you ain't used to is not your normal practice, not your normal place. And then the people could pinpoint you now all of a sudden they don't like you, or now all of a sudden you weird to them, or you different, or it's just us and you not like us. I went to the Army as a kid, and I remember they used to be like, you can't even I was a kid, they used to be like, you can't sit around 4 black people at the table, and I thought that was crazy. I used to be like, what the fuck y'all talking about? And it would be like 4 white dudes at the table all the time, but they'd be like, we couldn't sit 4 black dudes at the table. I didn't think that was crazy as hell, but it is what it is, you know. And so we have to blend in within these cultures, and it's not all the time you're going to be able to do it, and everybody's not going to blend in perfectly. So you even see some people that be homeless, they be out here fucked up and living bad because they don't have a chance to actually mentally be strong no more. You know what I'm saying? So it just be all kind of shit happening in the world, and you got to be careful about all that stuff that you see and experience. You know what I'm saying? But we just try to make God better. You know what I mean? Where he actually could be in our life and all this stuff, because this guy got to go through his life as an older guy and deal with the memory of this bullshit of dealing with them trying to come at him like that. And that's kind of forceful. You see me still talking about a moment that happened to me in the Army at 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? And they was kind of telling this like 1991. You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff that you remember. So now you're 22, and now your picture all on TV. So now when you're 42, you at a barbecue or a fucking bowling thing or some shit with the people of a game, and everybody like, yeah, I remember you. You was, oh boy, you know, I remember you. Remember you, and you like, damn, I still remember that face. You know what I'm saying? But it's life. So let's get back to the message, because this lawyer talking. Let's let this lawyer talk.
A better person, and all he did was exercise his fundamental rights, his God-given rights, to answer a simple question: why are you stopping me? For not having headlights on during the day? Did y'all see the video where the officers came with no headlights on? No windshield wiper, no smoke, no fog, no rain. So anybody would be confused, why are you stopping me? And he exercised their right to answer that question, and they bullied him, intimidated him, broke his window, and beat him and caused permanent injuries. Look, I'm gonna step aside. We got a lot of folks up here who get a chance to speak. Here, we'll come back for a Q&A. We will have a limited Q&A with William. His parents is here.
Man, it's almost like a little industry that been started. Thanks to the cops that love, you know, to be evil and racist. It's like they've been started a whole industry of lawyers that will got, you know, if you can't get your practice going good, if things is crazy at these white firms, you can go out here and just really defend some black people, because it's literally across the country. You know what I'm saying? And at that, what they're doing. And the states have had to pay up, and the city had to pay up, because I don't think the cops really ultimately understand that those are the entities that they work for. You don't work for yourself. Like, you're not a vigilante police officer. And if you was, you'd be paying the fee. But you work for an entity, and those entities have to be responsible for their workers. Regardless if you got your rocks off smacking the hell out of somebody or beating somebody down, they still have to be responsible for what's the ultimate goal, ultimate reality, and that's paying up. You know what I'm saying? Avi said, Shirley Harold said, oh, I love Attorney being corrupt. I know, I'm glad that he doing what he do. I know that much. I know I'm glad he doing what he do, because who else would be out there defending these kind of people who going through these kind of scenarios? Not that many folks. And Avi said, none of this would happen if we had BMX visible at eye level view. Hey, it's crazy. Let's get back to it, man.
Solomon, Latoya is still from the Alto, is here as well, wearing the red. Next, we'll bring up my good friend, my colleague, Attorney Big. We be home in Florida, so I had to bring him home. Yeah, come on.
Thank you so very much, Attorney Harry Daniels. I'm honored to co-counsel with you and Attorney Keith and all of these great lawyers, Attorney Jackson and Attorney Robinson, because this is a very, very important case. As Attorney Daniels said, when William was stopped, there was no rhyme or reason, no rationale for them stopping him. I mean, this was a classic case of driving while black.
There you go, boy. Driving while black. That's what I should have actually called this particular one, because that is a problem. And it's not everywhere. I'm not going to even lie. It's not everywhere. I was driving from my hometown down to Nashville for about a year, and I never got pulled over one time. And you would assume, heading down south, they only, not one time did I get pulled over. And I was doing it religiously. And I'm talking about hitting 100 sometimes. And not one time. Not one time. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, I've been driving this motherfucking car for all this time. I ain't got yanked not once. So I don't think it's everywhere, but I think it's places. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we know it is places. Even when I was in Nashville driving around, like in the city, not one time I got pulled over. The burbs and all that shit, not one time I got pulled over. And I'm like, damn, they ain't gonna pull over baby Snoop Dogg, as they say, or what's his name, Jay-Z, look-alike. It was crazy, but I know you still see it do happen in Florida. I've never been to Florida. Different parts of the country, it still do happen. I never been in those towns. It happened in my motherfucking town, so I ain't trying to front like I just be smoothly moving. I'm just saying this little pocket of time in my life, I didn't get pulled over when I was riding to that town. Let's get back to the message, man. Y'all don't want to hear me talk about no Nashville.
And I applaud William McNeil.
You know what time it is, y'all. They got us going on with the little fast sound. We're going to pop that off. Yeah, I'm with you, Donna. You talking about tired of it. That shit is, man, the fact that you got to even talk about it all this time in the future is just horrifically crazy, man. You know. I don't know. You going a little off beat right now, Abe.
I mean, Attorney Daniels, I thought the trained police officers were supposed to be the ones to de-escalate the matter. They were the ones escalating the matter while this young man represented the best of us. He kept calm. He was trying to de-escalate the matter. He just kept asking simply, why are you stopping me? I mean, think about that. I understand the sheriff saying anti-police. No. It's not anti-police when an American citizen asks, why are you stopping me? That is an American citizen exercising his constitutional rights. That's what William was doing. He was exercising his constitutional rights.
Well, that's a great point and a moment to stop it, because are black people really American? Do we have constitutional rights? The people who they proclaimed at one point was 3/5 of a human, and since that day have dealt with all of this crazy racism, even the fact that other people from other cultures could come to America and then step over you because of the fact that they have some kind of connection to white people or the white world. It's asinine, but let's get back to it because I don't want to throw off the point.
Attorney Daniels and I seek to remind America that we are a democracy, that we believe in the Constitution, and that all American citizens have a right to the protections of the Constitution, that this is not a police state where the police are above the law and that they have no accountability. No, the last time I checked, America is still a democracy and our citizens still have a right to the Constitution. It goes without saying that the leaders now have to step up and be leaders. Look at that video. Look at that video with your own eyes. Listen with your own ears. We have audio, visual evidence, proof of what happened. Nobody has to narrate it for us. To the sheriff, respectfully, you can't justify this. You can't.
Bam, sheriff, you lying, motherfucker. Let's get back to it. Every say the laws are too crazy. Now cops can pull you over, pull you out your car and tow it, detain you, and not tell you why basically hostage and charge you, and while you are hostage and charge you, making you lose your freedom and innocence until proven guilty. Yeah, bro. I mean, they set the systems up way before our time, and that's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? They could yank you over and just pull you out the car and forget about you. I mean, imagine some of the immigrants going through that right now across America, driving somewhere, or even in a car, a caravan of a bunch of people, and then you get yanked over, and then it's like, now you're not just going to a jail, or they're not beating the hell out you, they putting you on a boat or a fucking plane, and they yanking you out of America completely. And it's like, where am I? This is Botswana. Like, wait, what? It's 114 degrees right now. What the hell you mean? This is your home. You're like, wait a minute, I gotta get the hell out of here. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what the world has changed to, and the cops and the police and the government it's a major part of what it is. It's not gonna change right now. You know what I mean? So let's get back to the message.
You have to condemn this. You have to look at that video and say, this does not reflect our training, our policies, or our values. And you need to terminate that officer immediately. Because as Attorney Daniels and I deliberated over this matter, if you don't terminate this officer and you condone this type of police excessive force, then it sends a message to all of the other police officers on the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office team. It tells them it is okay for you to treat citizens like this. It is okay to treat black motorists like this. In America,
and that's true, man. Okay. Sure the fuck not. It's not okay. Because black people, man, they'll be fighting in the streets for real. A lot of black people in America are not going to stand for getting jumped on by the police no more. It's not the 40s, 50s, and all that. They're not going to just take an ass kicking and keep it moving, especially with all the guns and all this stuff. It's just going to make it more wicked and more wild. And it's just stupid. It's like they need to just get to check themselves and have a little bit more humanity. I don't know if it's training them or teaching them. I don't know what it is where people go with this overzealous police and trying to hurt people and shit with their power. It ain't right. And what do you gain? Now the cop is off work. Now the cop don't get to make money. Now the cop don't get to be with his family and take them out. But now he's sitting in the crib and shit. And then you know you're gonna be looked upon as a pariah around your friends, because who the hell want to be just happy with you for beating the hell out of a 22-year-old person? It's people who young. He ain't even thinking about fighting you back. He just following American rules. You know, and it might be talking shit. He might even be, you know, being a little jazzy at the mouth. But you're supposed to be more professional and a grown-ass adult and can look right at that and be like, okay, cool, well, you keep talking shit to them and make sure you go to jail or whatever you could do to get back. But you can't just come beat the hell out of them. But they believe it's okay, and I can slip by. If I jump you, who gonna protect you? Who gonna come to your aid? Well, look at these older black men that gotta come to his aid. Imagine if it was younger black dudes with their pants sagging and had the guns and the street reality with them, who came and exacted some revenge toward the police because of that type of activity, and that was a normality in the world. It's not just, hey, you gotta go to jail, or they gonna be having to get prosecuted. It's like this world of not these middle-aged African-American lawyers, but some other kind of that has carried on through history. It would be less likely people would be doing that, because it'd be known they'd be coming out there trying to revenge their family members. You know what I'm saying? But none of that even none of that even exists. You know what I'm saying? So it would seem like that it shouldn't be so much violence amongst each other, and especially coming from the government. Like, damn. Now this happened to him, and then 2 days later he get into a situation. Who are they gonna call the police? You know, this happened to him, so now next summer he get into some event and now he got a fucking shit. I gotta call the cops. Now it's like, damn, I shouldn't call the police. I don't think I want to fucking call the police. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you have to go through. So I guess the suit is the only way to try to soothe the reality of it all, because otherwise it just really don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to the message.
to treat our citizens like this. I know you're going to hear from his mother and father before you hear from William, but Attorney Daniels and I were astonished to hear his father, Alton Solomon, say, when I was 22 years old, the sheriff's department did a similar thing to me. They put me face down on the ground at gunpoint. And it was...
Well, hold up, let's pause it. That's a great moment to drop that motherfucking conversation, because that same shit happened to me. So that's 3 black dudes right there that at 22 years old went through some tumultuous shit with the cops. I don't know him or the young dude, and it's probably a black people who are actually watching this video right now who's also been through that shit with the cops, and it's like really shocking to you. It makes you mad, but it's nothing that you can control. You know what I'm saying? So you just go through it and you forget about it and move on with your life. But this is shit that you think about. So here we go. Here he go talking about it. Let's go.
Right then, Mr. Solomon, and it wasn't right when they did it to William. It's never right to treat citizens like this. America, we're better than this. We're at a crossroads. We are a democracy. We believe in the Constitution. We're not a police state where the police can do anything they want to citizens without any accountability. We have to hold everybody accountable. That is what makes America the great beacon of hope and justice for the rest of the world tomorrow. Thank you, Attorney General.
Thank you, Ben. Real quick, just a reminder, this is it's a culture of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. I represent several people down here, names such as Jamie Johnson, LaKen Woods, so y'all remember the vicious beating by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. And you know, the common denominator, Jamie Johnson, they stopped him for a seatbelt violation. LaKen Woods, they stopped him for a seatbelt violation. And they tried to say they stopped Mr. McNeil for a seatbelt violation, but the video showed he had a seatbelt on. This is the next person gonna bring up Attorney Griggs and Attorney Keith real quickly to say some words. We're gonna bring it.
That's crazy that all these 3 cases got the same scenario. Could you imagine how fucking crazy that is? Like, all of them been caught up with the same shit. It just don't make no sense. All these people, all these black people, it's why? Why is this shit happening, man? Like, it just makes no sense, man. You'd think that, oh, here go the guy talking. Let's let the guy talk, because we've been hearing the elderly people talk. Let's talk, let him talk for a bit. Let's stop that, because they trying to put one of them submersials on, so let their submersial play. It's a short one. They do the 5-second thing. We got an audio muted because we don't want their audio playing in our...
All of these interactions with law enforcement.
Like I with CBS News, I was here, it was said earlier, well, we all give our children talk.
Here you go. I think he's coming up right now.
So there's a lot. But you're gonna find me in court. Amen. So there's a lot. There's a lot going through. But
The sheriff basically said, complaint had been filed before the
you gotta go first. Okay, go first. Yeah, you can come too.
He was never interviewed by State Attorney Melissa Nelson's office. Never once did they talk to this young man. And I would assume they saw the body cam video from the police department, and they said, well, no problem. They saw everything that America is seeing, and they said, no problem. And that is the problem.
All that shit is so next level, man. It's like, damn. So all the cops and all the precincts around the country got the rule of the law to hurt people and hurt you and it at will. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, show love. I appreciate y'all watching us. We've been kicking it real deep. It's like 65 minutes deep almost. Excuse me, pause. And I appreciate y'all watching. JG Saint, JGS said, no one deserves that police brutality. You will never be the same again for the rest of your life. I appreciate that point. That's so true because, again, we're just people. So when you have a kid in your future, now you got to be wondering, is the police going to do that to him? You know, and people, I remember my mother just being so afraid when you left the house and you're a young man, so you feeling like, what's going to happen to me? Ain't nobody finna run up on me. Ain't nothing finna happen. And then you go out in the world, most times nothing did happen. But if you was in one of those kind of scary-ass, life-threatening moments, you thinking to yourself like, oh, shit, glad my mother didn't have to hear no phone call coming through for me because I was out here doing this, that, and the third. But imagine the cops is the ones that's supposed to be saving the day and saving the situation, and they come in and they threaten you. You know what I'm saying? Or they hurt you. And people are people, so people make mistakes. But then this group or mob mentality, which means like 5 or 6 people all together, 3 or 4 people all together, one person doing something and everybody just kind of participate in it when they ain't necessarily what they would do in another scenario. A lot of shit like that happen too. Or just men like, hey, if I'm the person who don't fit in, then they're gonna all talk shit about me after this moment. And I'm probably not even thinking that moment was being filmed. But some of those cops had with those cameras on, and that didn't even stop them. So they must know, like, at the precinct, it don't matter what you do. These cameras don't mean shit. If at the moment I gotta do what I gotta do, I gotta do what I gotta do. And it don't matter if it come bad or they try to act like I'm a criminal. I don't give a damn what they do. I'm making it home tonight. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of crazy how the same stuff keep playing over and over, and we just kind of keep going through the same dance every year. Each it's just crazy, man. I'm gonna jump up off of this live right now and go finish up some other stuff. I appreciate y'all watching this far. We did a nice little hour in this conversation. I'm gonna try to jump back on here tomorrow and do some more. It's gonna be a video at the top. You can watch the whole series, the Black Outrage series. We got a lot of shows, about 24 deep in. Another one gonna be dropping tomorrow in a minute. And definitely at the bottom, you'll be able to subscribe and see what's going on in the future. Hit the ring bell for me. And definitely like and share. And I appreciate y'all rocking with us again. We had a definitely good show. I read the comments. We kept it rocking.